Okay, so picture this. You're sitting at your computer, and you're not just editing your cat videos, the usual stuff.
Right.
You're actually, like, making a whole movie.
Wow.
Scripting, directing, special effects, the whole shebang, all with AI.
Yeah.
That's what we're kind of diving into today with this article, AI and the Future of Cinema. It's,
It's a key title.
yeah, it really grabs you. And it talks about how, anyone could be a filmmaker now. And, like, what stories are they going to tell? And even, like, how are we going to have enough space for all this stuff?
It really makes you think. It's like all these possibilities are coming out. Like, think about those AI tools that are out there now, the text-to-image and text-to-video software.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting easier and easier for people to use.
It's like anyone can be an artist now, or a publisher, I guess, like back in the day when the printing press came out.
Yeah.
Everyone could suddenly make a book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Every time there's a big technology shift, we see this kind of democratization of creation. I mean, you can even see it in film history, right? Like, look at the Italian neorealism movement after World War II. They didn't have a lot of resources, so they had to be really creative.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, they told these really raw, personal stories, and it was groundbreaking. And I feel like AI has the potential to do the same thing, to empower all these unique voices that might not have had a chance before.
That would be amazing to see a whole new wave of filmmaking like that. But okay, I have a question. All these new filmmakers, they're going to have these incredible digital films, right? But where are they going to put them all?
You're hitting on a major issue, the elephant in the room, storage space, or the lack thereof.
Right, because, I mean, we're talking about massive files here.
Absolutely. High-resolution video, 3D models, all that AI-generated art. These files are huge, way bigger than traditional film files.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's like we've gone from, like, writing on scrolls to having a Library of Congress-sized hard drive for every film.
So is our current technology even able to handle all of that?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, we have SSDs, HDDs, they're good, but they weren't really designed for this kind of volume. So people are looking at other things like decentralized storage. Have you heard of Filecoin?
I think so.
It's like, imagine if instead of storing your film on one giant server, you spread it out across a bunch of different computers.
Oh, okay, like distributed.
Exactly. That's one idea. And believe it or not, researchers are even looking at things like quantum storage and even using DNA.
Whoa, that's wild, like something straight out of a science fiction movie.
I know, right?
So, okay, let's say we figure out this whole storage thing. What happens to, like, Hollywood then? The big studios, all the established players?
It's a good question. It's entirely possible that we're headed for a kind of David versus Goliath situation. The article makes a really interesting comparison to what happened with the music industry.
Like with Napster and iTunes and all that?
Exactly. Home studios and digital distribution really shook things up. Independent artists suddenly had a way to bypass the traditional gatekeepers and get their music out there. AI could do the same thing for film.
Huh. So Hollywood might need to adapt, or they'll get left behind.
They might have to, yeah.
That's fascinating. Okay, so we've talked about making films and storing films, but what about watching them? How does all of this change how people experience movies?
Right, distribution.
Yeah, and not just distribution, but like the actual experience. It makes me think about like the gaming world. They've been dealing with massive amounts of data and real-time interaction for a while now.
That's a really astute observation. I think there's a lot we can learn from gaming. Imagine, for instance, being able to adapt the technology that allows gamers to interact seamlessly in these huge online worlds to create immersive film experiences.
Oh, wow. So like interactive movies.
Exactly, or personalized experiences that change based on your choices.
That's mind-blowing.
It is exciting, isn't it? Of course there are challenges. Bridging those worlds, scaling those solutions, it won't be easy. But it's definitely an area with huge potential.
It really sounds like AI is going to completely transform the world of filmmaking, but like we've been talking about, the real key might be figuring out this storage problem.
Absolutely.
It really is mind-boggling to think about. But in a world where, like, anyone can make a movie, with AI, what story would you tell?